I'm really proud of you, son. You're really doing a wonderful job with the company. Sales has skyrocketed.
Thanks, Dad. I always put my best foot forward. Thanks for your confidence and support. It means a lot to me.
Well, you've earned it, Richard. Your mother and I are very proud of you.
Thanks to you both. By the way, how is Mum?
Elena is doing great, but we had a discussion about you concerning your future.
Oh, not this talk again.
I agree with you, Mother. Richard. We both want what's best for you.
I know you and Mum has my best interests at heart, but Dad, you both agreed that I would find someone on my own terms.
Yes, we did, but it's been almost a year and you haven't proven to be fruitful. We have chosen a beautiful young lady, Crystal Belafonte. She's a remarkable person. Intelligent, very dedicated and ambitious.
Maybe you should marry her then.
Ha ha ha, her son, you're so funny. But seriously, you need to consider getting married to Crystal.
Dad, Crystal is not my type. She's very materialistic and very proud. I don't even like her.
Son, your mother and I didn't like each other at first, but we eventually fell in love.
Dad, I understand, but please just let me do this my way.
Your way? Ha, it's been almost a year and nothing to show. Richard, if you don't find anyone, by the next fall, you will marry Crystal, do you hear me?
Dad, you can't do that. Why are you forcing me to marry that girl? I don't like her and I don't love her.
Richard, your mother and I aren't getting any younger. We want grandchildren. By next fall comes what may, if you don't find someone to marry, you will marry Crystal, otherwise we will remove you from the company. See you soon, son.
No way in hell am I going to marry that girl Crystal. I have to figure something out quickly. Hey Kyle.
Hey boss.
I'm not your boss, Kyle.
I'm just joking. Why so serious, Richard?
Let's get out of here.
Now I see why you're in such a fall mood. Visit from the multi-billionaire dad.
Can you be serious, man?
Sorry, Richard. Okay, tell me what's up.
Same old crap. They want me to get married to Crystal. He give me an ultimatum. Either I find someone to marry on my own or marry Crystal. If I don't do either, I will lose the company. You see now why I'm so pissed off.
Yikes, this is pretty tough. This is really serious, Richard. What are you going to do? You work hard for your father's company. You can be the owner of the company. The only thing is you have to
sell my soul. I'll be doing that if I married that vampire Crystal.
I feel your pain, bro.
I don't even know where to start.
Let's make a list of all the girls you've dated.
That's a great idea. That's why you're my best friend.
For starters, let's go somewhere more private.
You're right, let's go at my house. We can have a drink and make a list.
Okay, we have Stephanie, Charlotte and Felicia and Sarah.
None of them are wife material, bro.
Well, you will have to choose one of them or marry Crystal.
That's not a choice.
Well, Richard, maybe you should go on a date with each one of them, and pluck out the bad apples.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Richard, isn't there anyone you ever loved or was in love with? I mean, no one. Not even a high school crush. What about college?
No one I can recall. Yes, there's this one girl. She was so beautiful, we were in love. I was head over heels in love with her.
Well, what's her name?
Diana Vanderbilt.
What happened?
I don't know, we were high school sweethearts, then we entered the same college, we were madly in love, then we finally made love for the first time. Well, it was her first ever.
Wow, so you pop her cherry.
Watch it, Kyle, you're treading on thin ice.
Wow, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Now I'm really curious. What happened to you and Diana?
Diana and I was going great. I wanted to marry sometime in the future. But everything changed when I got an emergency call from my dad. I told Diana about it. She was really worried about me and my family. She wanted to come with me. But I told her next time, because I haven't officially introduced her to my family. I didn't want her first experience, because in a time of any disaster, my family only heard about Diana and they saw how happy I was. I told Diana that I'll be back in a week time. But it took me a whole month before I can leave my father's house.
What was wrong with your family? What was the emergency?
My father brought me home on false alarm. He wanted to introduce me to my future wife Crystal.
What an S. O. B.
My thoughts exactly. When I returned to college, Diana was nowhere to be found, she just vanished. I called her phone, no answer. I even traveled to her home in Paris, there was no sign of her. I searched for months on end, but no Diana.
Wow, what do you think might have happened to her?
I honestly don't know, I wish I knew.
Richard, I can see without a doubt that you're still in love with Diana.
Yes, I'm so very much in love with Diana. I wish I knew what happened, if she's okay, if she's still single, if she still thinks about me.
Let's make a deal, Richard.
I'm all ears.
I will go in search of your missing Rose. Whilst I'm on my journey, date each one of the girls on the list to keep your father busy.
Excellent plan, Kyle. Thank you, bro.
When I say date everyone, that includes Crystal.
No way, bro, you just killed my joy. Ask me anything else, please don't make me date Crystal.
It's the sacrifice you have to make for true love, bro. Richard, this is the only way this plan would work. You have to make your father believe you're dating Crystal, in that way he will ease off your back.
I know you're right, but it's not going to be easy. I despise that Crystal. She makes my skin crawl.
I'm truly sorry for your pain. So are you willing or not?
Sacrifice for true love. I'm in, bro. You better find Diana, she's worth it. Thank you, Kyle.
I'm happy to help. You my best friend and brother.
Good evening, Diana.
Renee, good evening. How was your day?
Oh, it was pretty hectic. We had check and refilled the cabinets, and check for any errors.
Wow, that's really a task. I have just the cure.
What's that?
Strawberry cheesecake with chocolate drizzle and red wine.
Thanks so much, Diana. You made my day worthwhile. That's why you my best friend. I love you so much.
Oh, I love you too, Renee.
So how did your date go with Brian?
Oh, that wasn't a date, it's just business.
I'm worried about you, Diana.
What, why?
You haven't dated anyone since college. What's that guy name? Yes, Richard. It was the happiest I ever saw you, Diana.
Renee, could you not mention that name in this house, please?
What, Richard? You can't even say his name after all these years. What exactly happened, Diana? I'm your best friend, and you only gave me bits and pieces.
Renee, please, let's just drop it.
You always shut me out, Diana. I always confide in you, but when coming to Richard, you shut me out.
Renee, I told you I don't want to talk about Richard, please keep out of it.
Sorry, I'm going to bed.
But tonight is movie night, come on, Renee.
Good night, Diana.
Ooh, fine, you want to know, I'll tell you.
I'm all ears.
Of course you're all ears, do you know your ears has gotten?
Diana, stop stalling.
Okay. Richard and I were childhood friends, but when we reached the age for high school we were high school sweethearts. Then we reached college and it became a full-blossom relationship. We were so in love with each other. This went on for 2 years, until one day Richard family called him urgently to come home. He told me it was just going to be a few days. I wanted to go with him, but he said, next time. Renee, look,
Continue please, Diana. I'm here for you.
He stayed away for almost a month. I tried calling, but no response. So I decided to fly over to his father's home in Milan, Italy. When I reached the residence, I asked for Richard, but everyone seems to be avoiding me, even after I introduced myself. Finally Richard's dad came out. I never seen him before, but I can tell, the man has the same aura. Anyway, he introduced himself, and he then said that Richard is really busy and that I need to leave.
How rude. Sorry, go on.
I told him Richard mentioned it was an emergency call and I haven't heard from him since and I just wanted to see him and make sure he's okay. His father insisted that I should take my leave. So I started walking out, and before I reached the entrance, I noticed there's a pathway to a beautiful garden. I followed the pathway, only to see Richard and some girl kissing. I ran out of the entrance, jump in my car and head for the highway. That's it.
Diana, continue.
I sped down the highway in tears. I stop at an intersection, and that's when this car out of nowhere smashed into mine, and I ended up being hospitalized. And there I found out, I was pregnant, 2 months pregnant. I lost the baby in the accident.
Oh Diana, I'm so sorry.
You're the first person I ever told.
I'm so very sorry, Diana.
That's why I never ever want to see Richard again. I hate him so much. Because of him, I lose my baby.